Hey everybody, what is happening? East Ish bringing you just a random Madden 20 defensive blitz scheme here. We're going to be running this out of the nickel normal. I'm using the Jets book, so that's what we're going to show it out of here. Just something different that you guys can run instead of just the meta. The meta stuff's good, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people have seen stuff and they know how to attack it. So I'll just give you something different here that you can ride for the rest of the year. Just mix into your schemes. I'm going to prefer to run this out of the let's see, the cover 3 cloud here. It will work out of the cover 6 cloud. I can get this to work pretty cool out of the nickel blitz 2. So and there's probably a couple other setups. In the 9 and and the 6 sort of stuff, if you're running any of those, because say if you're running the house rules, I'll run them in house rules. Just make sure that you don't have like a purple in a deep coverage. And make sure you've got 3 safeties. I should say, to keep it simple. Make sure you've got your 3 safeties, because if you can do some setups and mess that up. Okay, let's take a look at the play art here real quick. And we're going to have the hard flat on one side of the field, and we're going to have our nickel corner on the other side of the field. It's important to know the placement there. It will change based on the offensive formation. Let your play flip. There's nothing wrong with that. And then just keep in mind it's opposite side of that nickel corner, so that way when you're making your adjustments, you don't ever have to look at the play art. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to pinch the defense, the whole defense, which is going to be the LB button and then down on that left stick. Okay, so they all come in now. As you see, the left-hand side corners both come up to the line. And they were not in a press, but they play up at the line like that. So your next move is going to be to blitz all linebackers. There's just the 2 in the middle in this formation, and that's going to be right on the D-pad, and then it's going to be down on the right stick. You'll see as the play art, looking here. So at this point, if the offense only has 5 people block, and say there's no running back and and no tight end, that's one of the the 5 wide formations, something along those lines, this will get in. You don't need to make any other adjustments as far as the blitzing side goes. This will beat a 5-man line every day. What will happen is the man right on the right side here, Phillips in this case, he's going to come unblocked. So in this defense, you're going to want to have some speed on this particular player. So you want your left end to be a fast player who can get to the quarterback, because when he comes free, you want him to get there. And then the next move we're going to make here is going to be taking that nickel corner, and we're going to blitz him, which is just Y. You got 3 Ys in there, and then blitz on the right stick. And again, here we'll take a look at that so you can see. Now this is going to be easily a 5-man line and a running back in most cases. Some people can pick it up, but for the most part, this is going to get in. It will get in against some 7-man also. Just depends on setup also, and how they're running, how they're blocking. Now that hard flat over there is not going to help you. So what we want to do is take the hard flat, and we want to put this into, you see, YYB, and we're going to put him in a soft squat. So the left stick right there to the right. So ideal here. So you have to understand how the soft squat works. If you do not, in this formation, this is ideal. This is what you want to see. That receiver on the right side, since he's the only receiver out there, he's going to be manned up by your soft squat. He's going to follow him all over. The only way that he's going to stop following him is if another receiver comes underneath, and he has to play underneath. So if he blocks the running back in A, that B receiver's manned up the whole way. No issue there. And so that way that Adams, you can come in. And if I see this formation, if anyone comes against me, I'm playing right up in here. I'm going to get up in here. I'm going to hover, and it's going to help. It's going to help get the heat in. Obviously, it's going to help with the blitz, and you're going to be able to cover the tight end off the line and then play over. If he comes off, play the middle. But you have to understand, if the tight end comes off and he's, say he's running a quick out, you don't follow the tight end. You have then got to come back. You've got to come back and follow the receiver. So off the snap, say if you're playing this particular safety, it's very important that you watch anything that flows to that open receiver side of the field. If nobody runs that direction, you're free to do whatever you want for the most part. Now, obviously, I'm going to have good man coverage along with my zone coverage on my number 1 and number 2 corner here. I even take one of my guys and I actually have him boosted up, and I'll show you later how it all works in the lineup, what kind of guys you want to activate. But ideally, this is what I'm looking at. If I see another receiver, say 2 receivers on each side of them, you have to make that decision if you want to end up playing, in this spot. Let's take a look what the coverage is doing again, the play art for you. You have to decide on whether or not you want to play in here or you want to play the other side. Or what you can also do in some cases is get on, say you're not comfortable in the coverage, you can get on a linebacker in here and put him in the hole. I typically am going to get on the linebacker who is on the side of this of your blitzing nickel. So I put him here, and if you can engage and then get off, that's ideal. But if you have to run out real quick because he's going to try and hit you with a seam pass, perhaps, because that'll be open, you can do that. So where you play in coverage is a lot of it's going to dictate what your opponent likes to do. If he comes out and realizes that he's got the middle open and he's got little drags and stuff like that, and you aren't able to do any coverage with Adams here because he's got 2 receivers on one side and you're afraid of getting beat over the top, which you will if in a double receiver set if one of them crosses to the side, you're going to free up that guy over the top. So therefore, you're always going to have to play deep. So if you can't do, so if you are worried about that, you're going to have to play in that middle. And then you just decide who's coming off the line. Now, again, I'm just trying to show you the options, and I'm going to show you gameplay. I don't really like running this over and over in practice mode because that's not what you see in the game always. So I just wanted to let you understand what I'm looking at, though, when I run this, as far as who I'm using, because that's important on that. This is a decent coverage scheme also, just in base. No matter what, I'm going to pinch the whole defense, though. If you pinch the defense, the 4-man rush is decent. Not great, but it's better than average. I'm still going to run the soft squat, and I'm still going to run everything else, the same as far as the coverage. But the soft squat I'll always change that myself. You can run linebackers in zones and just blitz the corner here. Some people, this is great also if you have a very fast nickel corner on the rollout quarterback. So even if they're running to one side, if you got Deion Sanders, I have chasing you, you're still going to have to get rid of the ball pretty quick without me having a spy up. I've even done it to where, though, just with some people that I did spy the pool here and let everybody else blitz. So the stuff you're going to change all around. There's going to be times where I'm just going to grab the guy who is over here in the soft squat, and I'm just going to bring him in cover, myself. I might bump off the line, but I know that I've got coverage over the top, and I can play in the middle there. So you have got a lot of options as far as who you want to cover in the scheme. And that's really all it is. You're going to force them to make quick decisions here. Let's see if I can... there we go. So in this one, it looks like it's got a... We're going to block the running back on this. And see, Kelsey will come out. But we'll see. Watch the blitz coming in with the running back blocking. See if I didn't screw it up. I know once you move people around, I know a lot of stuff doesn't want to work, but ideally we'll see how the coverage works and all that here. Yeah, it's just a little slower than it would be in the game, but you see he got to him and whatnot. Now nobody's tackling the guy, but as you see, the blitz gets in. I'll set it up one more time, and then I'm going to get into actual game footage for you after I show you the team. I saw the defense. We're going to blitz the linebackers. We're going to blitz the corner there, and we've got Roberts, and he is in his soft squat. So you can see it's pretty quick setup there, and that's even with me trying to talk and explain it. Once it's committed to muscle memory, you're fine. I recommend just going into your solo battles if you're not trying to get in the top 100. Run some solo battles for a few games, and you'll have it figured out after a bit. But again, in here, I'm going to cover there, cover here, and he's going to be done by that time. Now, nobody tackled, but that's what we're looking at. All right, we're going to take a quick look at the defense here, just kind of go over a few of the things you're going to want. Like I said, speed here in the corner, a fast left end. This guy's got 90 speed, 91 acceleration, that sort of range. He's going to get off quick, and a lot of times it just depends on if he can get there first or Dion. A lot of times that's going to be it. They'll both be coming free on that. And you're going to want to either have two of your safeties with the active superstar abilities, or and one of your corners, or you're going to want two corners and one safety. Up to you how you want to do that. I do like having two safeties, so you have two enforcers in the back. Really, somebody like Fitzpatrick here is ideal. This is my NAT card, so I run half Niners, half Chiefs team. I'm a Cardinal fan, but they just have not given us players. They don't give them legends. They just, they got their favorites, and then there's always the Super Bowl teams and stuff who get a lot of content. So I just got tired of waiting. Kyler Murray just came out, doesn't even have a power up. I mean, what's that tell you? So anyhow, look at my the Fitzpatrick here. This guy I want to show you just because he is ideal as far as what his abilities are. He's going to have Enforcer, Universal Coverage, good on the back end, and Lurker, because you are going to be using these guys. Between both your free and strong safety, you would like to have at least the zone coverage, and that. And if you have these guys here, you want Universal Coverage on these guys. Lurker, you can put on them. It just depends. I don't use them too often, but it is to me one of the better options you can have between these guys, along with Enforcer and our zone coverage. So you want that three. And got my coverage guys here. You want guys who can do both. But stop the run, have some block shaded, and can play the zone, but get to the quarterback on the blitz. Enough speed for that too. So that's what it looks like. Let's get into some plays here and see if we can get some user lurks with these guys and some quarterback sacks. And it's going to be house rules, so I'm going to be limited on how often I can even call these plays, guys. So that's just what I'm playing right now.
Turn my hubs, 'cause I'm spinning my wheels. Got to turn my hubs, 'cause I'm spinning my wheels. Got to turn my hubs, 'cause I'm spinning my wheels. Got to turn my hubs, 'cause I'm spinning my. To Mozambique, and they said to me, you must wait another day, too long, too long. Get up, you go, take what you know. Mozambique, yeah. Unsafe today, they say unsafe today, and my feet are weary, too long, too long. Get up, you're gone, take what you know, I'm leaving. Sit around, you better get moving. I don't know my friend. I'm spinning my